was remodeling that place because it was cheaper for him to have his daughter living there, going to UMKC, than for her to live up at UMKC and go to school. So he plans in another year, between now and the time school starts next year, to remodel that, have it remodeled, and have her in there. Now, I know he's been in there working, because I see him over there working. The gas people, the water people have been in there working and running lines and so forth. You know, so we'll have to wait and see what they're doing, but the guy next door to me, where Miss Mathis lived, that house is being worked on as of now.
Let me say, we appreciate Mr. Williams. Unfortunately, Mr. Williams is the only person who lived between two vacant houses for a number of years, you know. And
My problem is the guy next door to me
Well,
on the other side.
Let me say, in this block, at one time, there were 7 vacant houses. Now, usually when people ask me, what are you all doing? Oftentimes, my response is that you're taking, it's what does not happen in certain blocks or in your neighborhood, things that you don't see. And you've got people doing stuff, okay. Now, those 7 vacant houses in those blocks, they just didn't happen. And while they were there, we have to keep calling, have to keep calling to make sure it doesn't happen. I go to the 1100 block on Everett 2 times a day. In the summer, I go walk around it 3 times a day. What's happening in that block is almost miraculous, even though it's still kind of screwed up. We've seen a little fellow that was convicted of drugs. He's been out, and car theft, who lives almost across the street from Tom.
That's his primary thing.
Okay, now, we deal with that. Okay, the police, they deal with it as best they can. But unless we keep the pressure up, it'll go crazy. But what I'm seeing in that block now, and I think I mentioned this about a month ago, I was walking one morning, and you know what this young fellow was doing? Picking up trash in the street.
He does it.
Okay, now, this only happens because they see people concerned. Now, Tom had he said that was that cocktail table across the street, people dumping stuff. We have to do things ourselves. How did that cocktail table get away from there?
Cocktail table.
You know, when you said the meeting, people dumping stuff, and they put a cocktail table across, people dumped a cocktail table across the street.
The city picked it up, I think.
Well, what happened, that's what I said, what I did one morning I walked by, y'all know what I did? I put it with his trash. And the city picked it up. All I'm saying is that when you see stuff, I put it, when you had.
Ain't the first time.
On Tuesday, I just took it and put it, I've done this a couple of times, stuff across there, just took it, put it across your trash. So you just have to do stuff. If you see what needs to be done, do it. Okay, and you eliminate it, but you can talk about stuff all day, but you need to put some feet on it, okay?
He's an early bird.
I wanted to just share, last month when we were here, we talked to the Director of Public Works when he was here.
Yeah.
I had mentioned that the alley behind our church needed to be cleared. That was on a Thursday, and when we got to church Sunday, I told my pastor that they had promised that they were gonna clean up that alley for us. And then he went over there on Tuesday morning, and as he got out of his car, Tommy, one of the men who came, met him and said there was a woman at the meeting and said you needed an alley cleaned up. Well, they cleaned it up Monday. So that whole alley has been cleared. You can see from the top all the way to the bottom. So we drove around to 10th Street and we can see all the way up. So that alley has been cleared. And don't think that Mr. Owens doesn't know what's going on in the neighborhoods, because I got on the phone and I called him. He said, I know, I saw it.
Sometimes he knows too much.
But he already knew, that it had been, I don't know how he knew it was already cleaned up and how he was there to see it, but just wanted you to know that it was done.
I had one quick comment. Going back to our persistence of looking at things, and human reaction is knowing what's expected of you and knowing that people expect you to achieve to that level. So with us cleaning up the lots, calling the city, getting the alleys cleaned up, you know, saying, look, you know, it's not okay to throw trash on the ground.
Yeah.
That will roll over into our community. And so we just have to keep
You
asking.
have to
Okay.
keep it, you have to, it's a job, but you just have to.
Well, we live here.
Right.
So
You're right.
we can choose to live in a cesspool, or we can pull ourselves up and bring
Absolutely.
people with us.
Absolutely. Let me say that,
And we're gonna paint our wall on our building this year. We're trying to get the money together, that paint's expensive.
we throw stuff out of the name, Tommy does so much in our neighborhood. One of the new persons lived right next door to me, she's been living there for about a couple of years, but she said, why can't we get the alley clean? I said, well, usually clean. She said, well, we need the same thing, we need to get it done. I said, well, Tommy, you're running late this year, he came and cut the lot, the alley, so how do you get this done? Tommy does so much stuff, not only just in our neighborhood, but all over the city. And whenever we get an opportunity, we need to let
Yeah.
his supervisors know
Yeah.
that he does an excellent job. And we're gonna, it's 6:25, we're gonna try to adjourn. I think we've had an excellent meeting today. And we're gonna get Mr. Dupree back out here again. But let me just reiterate, what happens in your neighborhood depends on you. And I hear people say, what are you doing? Well, I don't mind telling you, that irritates the hell out of me.
Well, I know one thing, I know if we call, just keep that in mind, the 311, you know, that's, we're getting good results, positive results from calling 311. Because I called about that lot across from us, it's a vacant lot, the vacant lot, Monday. And before we left, coming to the meeting this evening, they had cut that lot. So, and you know, that has never been, we haven't had that type of response that quickly. So we just have to keep, you know, just keep reporting these things.
But I think it's good too, when you respond and let them know that you appreciate what they did.
Right.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I wrote a letter to them, thanking them for their quick response and letting them know that we appreciate them.
One last comment. The program SOAR, you know, they put a lot of emphasis on this. The mayor spoke to Little Neighborhoods about it. Little Neighborhoods is dealing with, you hear SOAR all the time. SOAR is to try and get rid of blight. They're trying to give vacant lots to neighborhood groups that will take care of them. They're doing everything that they can. At least they say that if you see something wrong, do something about it, like Ms. Newton is doing. And with these programs, if we don't do what we say that what we're supposed to do, the programs will fail, and we'll turn around and blame the city. So let's say, okay, you said you're gonna do this, but we've called and nothing has happened, and let's try and make them accountable.
Yeah,
And
that's,
I don't mean that negatively either,
No.
I don't mean that
Right.
negatively.
Can I just say this, Chester, after this? One thing that we ought to do, I think, as a neighborhood group, is when somebody has a death in their family and we know about it, we ought to maybe dignify that with some kind of card. If we can give them something from, when they move in, we certainly ought to dignify the family when they have a death in their immediate family, if we know about it. Having said that, lady up the street from you, I don't know if you know Miss Newton, 2 doors, 3 doors up from you, in the house where they've got the teen boys that hang out. I talked to Chester about it. I think you know the house. I don't know the people's exact name. They go to my sister church. But anyway, the grandmother that lived there, she died last week. And they've had her services already. But I just think, I don't care if it was them or who, we need to, and whether they're our favorite neighbor or not,
Right.
I think we need to dignify that family.
What human being.
Exactly.
The guy across the street from you, you said Card, Stephen Card or whatever, what's his address?
I don't know that guy's.
Somebody busted to call him. Somebody busted to call him.
Yes, I'm for Mark.
oh, he died?
Oh, really?
I checked him off at night, I kinda know what he looks like.
The grandmother.
Oh, the grandmother, oh, the lady that used to sit outside?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Mm.
she died.
Well, we didn't know that, I mean, you know.
Well, I told Chester. I don't know if he made it to you or not, evidently not, but
Well, and they just
Her
had
name
police
was-
up there about,
that doesn't make any difference. That shouldn't make any
their
difference for the
drugs,
education.
because of drugs.
That shouldn't make any
Around
difference
when I came home, about 8.
about the
police
death.
cars on the street.
But that has nothing to do whether they have a death in their family or not, just because they got police up there.
Well, I think, you know, one of the things too is that, I don't know how many times we've asked, that Mr., what's his name, Mr. and Mrs., huh?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I have, and I've seen her at the gym, and I've asked her, you know, to come to the meetings, or did she, you know, what can, you know, let her know that we're still interested in her attending the meetings. I see her from time to, oh, yes, whatever.
I have talked to her myself, when she's out walking, and see her at church,
Well,
when I'm over to the sister church, and I have talked to her, and she's told me some specific reasons which I won't share now, because it'll open up some worms that we don't want to open up right now.
mm.
So I think it's best advised to keep that up where it is, but that's why she hasn't been. And I think with her or anybody,
No,
we need to
no.
use the same things across the
No, the
board.
reason why she hasn't been is because of the activity that continues to take place in her house.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
Because I've talked-
Wait, no,
I've talked to her
hold
about
on,
it. Doesn't matter
Mr.
what
Darren
you
had a
believe.
comment, and then we're gonna adjourn.
Okay, one of the things I've heard directly and indirectly that you're serious about this chess program.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm just as serious about it also. But I'd rather not meet in the park that often. I
Okay,
would like to meet maybe in a place where I have access to a DVD. Because one of the things that I've had my chess program put on CDs, or I should say DVDs.
yeah.
And updating them, and I've got about 3 or 4 movies that, for beginning chess players, that are dynamite. But you have to see them, and Tom and I were just, well, he's one of my students, and I wouldn't mind working with adults.
Yeah,
I prefer kids, but I like adults and kids, but give me a DVD player and let me do what I'm strong at.
Okay, so we need for everybody to put on a thinking cap to find a location.
yes.
Find a location, so everybody just kind of,
Preferably with a DVD player, so I can show you, you know, like, I was a member of the US Chess Federation for years. And you can't go wrong, you know, when you're in a strong organization like that. But my program was built around the US Chess Federation.
okay. All right, with that, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
You never know, you
All
never know.
right, okay. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so
One more
much.
thing though, those of you that, we still have a little more time before we have to leave here. I would like to show something on the website.
Okay, when we do that in July?
Well, this is just something quick.
Okay.
I mean, now she just wanna get out of here, it's gonna take about 10 minutes. The subject is, the JFK Recreation Center has been renamed Beatrice Lee Center.
Don't need to show that.
You don't want me to show that?
Show that
Okay,
some other
we'll
time.
show some of that.
Show it some other time. Show it some other time. I think everybody knows that's been named. You talking about the
Now we know
It's
that.
gonna draw on the program.
Oh, Lord, we gotta get it
You know,
In the Right, protection. Yeah, it wouldn't be comfortable.
Maybe you take us to
Yeah.
But we need to maybe come here, and I'm going to north coast, anything west of your hills business, probably just come in. And I've got 10 scores.
How you doing?
Look at it.
You wanna sign in here?
Where everybody can.
Twice I've had somebody come down
Just a
to
bit, and then
Can we get you to
first
sign
place
in?
and destroy the
the
car.
clients are busy, they got their own chessboard.
How you doing? Thank you. You can talk.
We can make that a little help, I know. Just like we did with the I got him put,
That's
I've got
exciting.
all
his
kinds
desk,
of
just let him
chessboards.
out, he turned over
This is talking.
He rolled over on whoever it was, and then they let him out.
So
So then just they get to put me in.
That they gave
He's
me.
been in,
So I got chessboards, I got chess pieces, I got boards from all over.
his record is
All
showing
kept
us.
up in
I think long as he's been in practice,
I'm getting
about
to,
15
if I get
years.
older now, and I get.
Yeah, they can put that out.
I begin to give some of my stuff away.
Oh,
But I had.
And he's a nice guy.
Iron legs on it, I gave this.
Slick cars, man, I've seen him pull up in really slick cars, and I said, oh, he got
To
somebody.
him because.
I'm gonna shoot
That's
that.
George.
He's a newer one? And he can't, the thing is, the one he's
He
trying
works
to
in
do
Missouri.
because they're computer.
I think it's for a church. All right.
now that's good.
And he's a young man, and they talk about these millennials, we need to start
Yeah,
drawing them.
yeah.
So we need a young person that talks the way they talk.
Yes,
And,
can relate.
Yeah.
Yes.
And hopefully, we can relate to them, because
Yes.
the game, it's not so sophisticated.
But it's for everyone.
It's for everyone. And nobody, it excludes nobody,
Right.
you know?
There's
If you
nothing-
wanna learn,
It's there. It would
it's
be
there, and it's easy.
I
There's
see
nothing
you,
hard
son.
about it.
That sounds good,
There's
Wendell.
nothing hard about it.
Have you seen that movie?
And then after a while, it's kinda like a little train that's going up the hill.
Yeah.
I think I can, after a while, I say, I know I can. Oh. Five to five, brother, I heard your brother talk about your red shirt, but, I didn't come to your assistance, but I didn't say